I'm your boy T, and with me is none other than my man B, and we're here to discuss Week 2 in the NFL. We had a lot of great games. We'll talk about our picks a little bit, talk about some of the surprising finishes we had this week, and more. And if this is your first time listening to us, hey, check out some of our other videos, man. We do a lot of content. We do 6:30 Pacific Time PM on Sundays. We also do a show on Friday where we pick against the spread in the NFL. Check us out. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. B, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Sorry we're running a little behind. I had to work today, so had to do my American duties of getting taxed as an American here. So I went to work today.
That's right.
But man, good to be back. I got a chance to see Beetlejuice last night.
Oh,
I
how
don't know
was
if
it?
you've seen
No, I haven't.
Beetlejuice, but it was actually surprising pretty good. I enjoyed it, man. I was 2 years old when the first movie came out, so I definitely didn't see it in theaters. So getting a chance to see it, and they still kept the original cast, added some new people in it as well. It was actually really enjoyable. I thoroughly enjoyed Beetlejuice. If anybody gets a chance to see it, definitely take it. It's not as scary. It's not like terrifying. There are little jump scenes, but I think it's a good kid movie. Michael Keaton is very ugly as Beetlejuice. I'll tell you that.
He's the original. He's the original, baby.
He is the original, man.
Yeah, man. Him and Tim Curry from It. The original It. Yeah, man. Those guys, they got some interesting faces. So, kudos, man. I'll have to check it out. My wife has been wanting to see it, so I'll have to find some time and check it out, man, for sure.
Yeah, man. Definitely an enjoyable movie.
All right, for sure. All right, well, let's hop into it, and we got to discuss this one topic because I'm not going to let this slide. The Raiders, the Raiders last week, offense looked something terrible, I must say. And I got to be honest with you, coming into this week against the Ravens, I wasn't sure they really had much of a chance. I thought the Ravens, coming off the loss, a very close loss, by the way, in the regular season opener against the Chiefs, that the Ravens would be pumping on all cylinders and ready to go. But these two offenses pretty much just floundered around most of the entire game. Not a ton of points scored. And the Raiders did the unthinkable. They made something happen in crunch time. They got it done. They were down by 10 points in the fourth quarter. They outscored the Ravens 13-7 to win by 3, 26-23. The Ravens looked like they had this thing going into the fourth. The Raiders offense was all right. Even down the stretch. Last couple drives, we had a strange, I think, was it one or two drops by Devontae Adams in that? I think it was one or two. But
Yep.
A strange plays. Like, he had one where he was wide open across the middle. Looked like it may have been a touchdown. He just dropped it. But Brock Bowers came through, caught some huge passes in those last two drives. And it's starting to look like he is the man. He had 9 receptions for 98 yards. Almost 11 yards, a catch. Devontae Adams, 110 yards on 9 receptions. Looked pretty good out there. No running game to speak of. I don't think we didn't do a lot on the ground, to be honest with you. Gardner, no Minshew. I know I've been hating on him, but he had a decent day. He 30 for 38, 276, 1 TD, 1 interception. So, hey man, it wasn't pretty, but they showed the grit to finish the game, getting a score and then getting a field goal. You got to give it to him. Got to give it to him.
No.
Oh, come on, B. Come on. Okay, so you tell me from a Ravens fan perspective, what happened?
Oh, well, first of all, Justin Tucker needs to get his head out his ass because that man is missing field goals he would never miss.
Yes, he did.
Let's start with that. He missed 2 field goals today in an area where he was automatic all of last year. And it made the difference in the world. That was 6 points left by Justin Tucker on the field. And Lord and behold, the Ravens lost by 3 today. Lamar Jackson is getting very, very close to being called a Jag. Just another guy.
Oh, whoa.
Here's my problem, man. They can't be having games like this. I'm sorry. Typical Raven game where we're winning. It's getting down to crunch time, and then
they wet the bed, man.
Absolutely wet the bed in the final drive here. Dude, it's just, I'm not saying the Raiders aren't a good team, but it's your home opener, right? You just got done damn near almost beating the Chiefs by a toe. Yeah. And then you come out with this kind of performance offensively, had nothing going for you in the first half. And then the second half didn't start off all that great either. What I'm trying to understand is, why is Lamar not running the ball more? He's the biggest threat, and they are not using it. They are making him more of a pocket passer. It's almost like you get the running game going, then the passing game opens up right after that. It's not happening. Derrick Henry didn't have a bad game, 84 yards on the ground on 18 carries, but what in the hell's going on here? Lamar was 21 for 34 with 232 yards or 247 yards here. Quarterback rating of 52, and again, a very bad interception in the game here. And when they had the chance to win the game after the Raiders had tied it, dropped the ball again. You just needed to get to the 50, to the 45 to give Justin Tucker a shot. Yeah. We still need to give him a shot, and they didn't do it there. So, no, I think the Ravens absolutely played the worst game that they could. You went from playing a bad game or a good game to a bad game. But on the other hand, the Raiders went from playing a bad game to a good game. Yeah. So, I don't get these kind of games, man. And now they're 0-2 to start the season. That's not where anyone has seen the Ravens starting, especially with the first two opponents that they had.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of pressure on Gardner Minshew to try to get something done because, to be quite honest, the Raiders' offense had been sputtering throughout most of the game. They didn't really find a way to really get anything going on the ground. So a lot of this was relying on how could they find ways to get the ball through the air. So this is where they did a good job of getting the ball to Davante Adams, especially a couple big plays over the middle of the field. I thought Brock Bowers looked excellent. I'll keep saying that. The guy looked incredible out there, and I think he's going to be the security blanket for Gardner Minshew going forward. Absolute playmaker, great hands in the right place at the right time, and he's. I think this guy's going to be an all-star or all-pro tight end. So it's great to see that the Raiders really had to, muster up something in these last two drives to make this, the last drives of the game, to make this happen. It's still going to be a struggle for them offensively. They didn't put up a ton of yards last game, the first game of the season. They put up 260 total yards this game, 27 total rushing yards. They really have to find a way to unlock this offense, and they've got to find a way to maybe get their run game or a screen game or something going, because I got to be honest with you, they can't continue to have less than nil rushing yards from on the ground on your offense and expect Gardner Minshew to carry the entire load for the rest of the season. So they've got to find a way to get more balanced. The Ravens did kind of, they screwed up a little bit. They had the lead and they let it go.
It wasn't just a little bit. They completely screwed that game up. They had the lead all fourth quarter, decided to just let it go after that. So they completely dropped the ball on that one. But dude, Brock Powers was a beast.
Yes.
He was a monster today. Davante Adams had a Davante Adams game as well. Let's not take that away from him.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, look, I think the Raiders are going to be fine with Minshew. I know it was looking dicey after week one, but look, everybody was freaking out after week one with some of the performances that they had here. That is a game. I mean, look, that's a what's the game we would call that as? That's a statement game for them.
Yeah, on the road, for this game, yes, absolutely.
Down, not knowing what you're going to get from your quarterback, and he gives you the two best drives that you need at the end of the game here. So big. I guess I'll give a little bit of credit to Gardner.
You've got to give a lot of credit to the defense of the Raiders as well.
Yes, Max Crosby was everywhere.
Dude, he was all over the place. He had one sack where he surprised Lamar Jackson. Lamar looked up and was like, just got completely driven into the turf, which you don't see that happen to Lamar very often. Also, our safeties, Jack Jones, These guys were out there smashing dudes. They were doing a great job of getting to the ball, speeding to the ball. Guys had opportunities where they had a hand on the ball for a second, but then the next player, then the safety comes in and jars it loose or hits him to the ground. So the Raiders did a good job of really just keeping the plays in front of them and really being physical and laying the wood whenever they got whenever the play was there to be made. So you got to give this defense some credit. They played well last game, I thought, and it appears that their defense is continuing to improve. It's just a matter of can they get the offense to keep up with them. And I agree with you, B. There may have been more opportunities for. Oh my gosh! Did you see that hit on Williams?
Oh, Caleb Williams just
got smashed. And it was
welcome to the fight. Welcome to the NFL, Caleb Williams.
So to give everybody an idea what's going on here.
Him. Do you see that?
The what? 74? 76?
Yeah, number 0.
Headbutted.
Yeah, he headbutted one of the players. He straight torpedoed himself into it.
All right, folks. So here, we got Chicago and Houston. That is a fully legal hit. He was in bounds. That is not an illegal hit.
What's the?
Here we go. I don't get he punched him. Shahir punched one guy and pushed the other one. My goodness.
Get off me.
All right, man. Yeah, so
wait, where's the headbutt? Hold on. There's a headbutt
No, he punched him in the helmet.
Was that the punch?
Yeah, dude. So just to explain what's going on, guys. We got Chicago and Houston. Caleb Williams, of course, the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears, was trying to run for what looked to be a first down or for some yardage. Didn't quite get out of bounds and got blasted. Apparently, some of the Chicago players took offense and a brawl of some kind ensued. However, even though a punch was thrown by Al-Shahir, they just let it play on. He punched him. I mean, he punched him right in the face.
Okay, look.
Wow.
First and foremost,
I mean, he had a helmet on. Okay.
Thank you. Why are you throwing punches with the dude with the helmet on? Come on, man.
Oh, man.
How is he still in this game, though? That's
right.
Yeah,
that was a play on, which is kind of amazing. Apparently, we went back to football from the 60s where you just punch and clothesline guys and you go on to the next play.
My bad, y'all. We got super excited.
That was
over
a huge
something
hit,
like
man. That guy got. I don't think Caleb Williams is making it to the end of the season, man. I really don't. I mean, he's gonna start doing stuff like that. He might as well pack it in. Oh my goodness.
So let's look at the Raiders' upcoming game. You guys, oh my God,
Carolina, baby, let's go.
Wow. So
Carolina
should be 2-1 after next week. Not bad there.
Yeah.
Again, but if you guys find a way to lose to the Panthers, you may want to start questioning your season.
We got the Browns, the Broncos. So I think we've got an opportunity to go 2-1 here. Maybe we lose to the Browns, but we are playing at home versus the Panthers and the Browns. So it'd be nice to get a home game going here because the Raiders started off the first 2 games on the road. So maybe it's an opportunity to get something going.
Things don't get any easier. Well, maybe for the Ravens. They're in Dallas and then home against the Buffalo Bills. There is a slight possibility of going 0-4.
Yeah, Caleb Martin hit again. My goodness, I'm telling you. Yeah, man. No,
anybody want him from my fantasy team? I give him to you. I can't believe I drank that.
Yeah, you did drink that juice. But yeah, so I think the Raiders have an opportunity to be serviceable. I was hoping Kansas City would lose the game today because they look like dog water, but they found a way to pull out the victory in the end there. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive about it. We got this. Get the Panthers. Go 2-1. And then, the Browns, that's a toss-up. Deshaun Watson may or may not play well. May or may not be on the field, depending upon his legal situation. We don't know what's going on. So you never know.
That's true. All right, let's talk about the other game that I don't feel too bad about my team losing now that the other team lost. But the Niners were in Minnesota and lost again. And to bring that into a little more of a light, the Niners haven't won in Minnesota since 1992. That is a very very long time.
Why is
It's
that?
over 20 years. Who
Well,
knows?
looks the big story here is the fact that Christian McCaffrey is out. And we don't know when he's coming back. This guy's obviously a workhorse for the San Francisco 49ers. He was the MVP of their team as far as I'm concerned. And he's not there. Now, that being said, I mean, Jordan Mason, 20 carries, 100 yards, one touch, had a TD. But that defense left a little to be desired.
They were bringing the heat. All game.
Yeah, it really seemed like the Vikings had made the choice that if McCaffrey wasn't going to be playing, they were going to make sure that they put Brock Purdy to the test, and that they did. I think what was most surprising to me was Justin Jefferson. 4 receptions, 133 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, one of those was 97 yards. Okay, so let's this is kind of where most of the yardage came from. But that was a huge play out of their own, Sam Darnold of all people, out of their own end zone there, against a pretty good 49er defense. Now, we saw this last year where they kind of had that moment where the defense kind of sputtered a little bit right around midpoint of last season. I don't know. The 49ers, what's happening here? Is it just the loss of the running back that's causing the issue? Is it just because they played the Vikings? What happened to that dominant defense we saw?
I don't know, man. This game was just as similar to the Monday night game last year when they were in Minnesota. So it had a little bit of that feeling there.
Yeah.
But I stayed away from this game because I thought the Niners would have, kind of learned from last year. But Minnesota was just they blitzed a lot, and they did that last year on the Monday night game, and they put a lot of pressure on Brock Purdy here. But I don't think it's the Christian McCaffrey effect because you still had Ayuk, you still had Debo had a 8 reception game for 110 yards. But where's George Kittle? Where's people's tight end when you need them? You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to disagree with you here. I'm going to say that the issue is the newly paid Brandon Ayuk, who got $30 million extension and is playing like a $2 million player.
But that's what happens when you miss all of training camp.
Exactly. Well, look at the guy's stats for the season: 6 receptions, 71 yards, no touchdowns. Okay, this is supposed to be your star receiver. He's getting paid more than any of your other guys, right? Getting paid more than Debo Samuel, right? He's getting paid more than Jennings. He's not doing it. He's not showing that he's the guy. And this kind of goes back to the discussion we had in the offseason is we talked about all the top wide receivers and where we would slot Ayuk in. And Ayuk wasn't even on the list of the top maybe 10 wide receivers in the game. And here he is making the money. And now he's going back to being, I think, the Brandon Ayuk you kind of expect. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on this guy to produce. And I don't know if he's shown that he can be A1.
Well, and not only that, but he's also going up against the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about a measuring stick to see where you stand with these wide receiver core. We just witnessed it. The other thing too I wanted to kind of talk about was the way the Niners have handled Christian McCaffrey's injury, and not so much from a medical standpoint, but from an information standpoint.
Yeah.
It kind of got leaked out when they interviewed Jordan Mason after the Monday night win. On the field, he told Lisa Salters that he knew that he was playing on Friday. And that raised all sorts of questions.
Right.
Instead of it, I think the way it was supposed to go down was, are you just be ready to go on Monday should Christian not be available?
Yeah.
When they re-asked him the question in the post-game interview that Monday night, there was some heat behind it because were the Niners hiding the fact that they knew he wasn't going to play?
Yeah.
Because you now have to make these decisions ahead of time to make it a fair comparison or a fair competition level when it comes to the players. Were the Niners really holding that information, or was it true that hey, he may have been ready to go before Monday night and then it was a game time decision? So there's a little bit of controversy behind that there, but if you're a Niner fan, you shouldn't be worried about this. You obviously you have high aspirations. This is a Super Bowl team, but it's very hard to go undefeated in this season here. You just got to stop playing in Minnesota if that's the case.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a hiccup in the road. They're still a good team. We'll see how we feel about it once you get halfway through the season. I think as far as the McCaffrey thing, a lot of teams utilize the injury report as a way to sort of keep their opponent, on skates a little bit. Will he play? Will he not play? So on and so forth. But the Niners truly know that McCaffrey does have, or at least they're concerned that he has an Achilles injury. And as we know, an Achilles injury is serious. Not because of the fact that you hurt your Achilles, but because of what can happen if you don't get that treated and fully healed. Torn Achilles is a season-ending injury. It doesn't matter what sport you're playing. So I understand the reason of keeping him out, and they may have to keep him out for as long as necessary, because it's better to have him 6 games into the season going forward than it would be for him to tear his Achilles and be out for the season, obviously. So it's a huge hit, obviously, but hey, man, they're doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing by holding him out, and they've got a backup that looks pretty good out there.
Yeah, he's worked himself into that there here. But how good does it feel for Sam Darnold to beat the team that he was just backing up?
Yeah.
To get that win there. So Minnesota is 2-0. Who would have thought? Because last year they were 0-2.
Yeah. I wouldn't have. I didn't know who the quarterback was going to be. The fact that they were stuck with Sam Darnold. Right? I was like, what? But
I left Sam Darnold on my bench, 19 points, yet disappearing once again. I'm making great fantasy moves here. But at least I don't have Christian McCaffrey sitting on my team right now. Just out.
That sucks.
Can you imagine being the owner of Christian, or not the owner? That sounds terrible. Can you imagine drafting Christian McCaffrey? You can't use him until October, and you got to put him on the IR. Do you run the risk of letting him go to the waiver wire?
Think so.
That's what I'm saying. But you don't know how long he's going to be out for.
But you're kind of stuck, though, because if you let him go, he's for sure going to get picked up. You're not seeing him again. And I guarantee you probably don't, unless there's probably not another running back that's available that is going to give you that output the output that he could give you when he comes back. So, yeah, it's a tough place to be, man.
So the Niners got a pretty, I wouldn't say easy schedule, but it's going to kind of give them a chance to get retuned from this. They're going to they're going to Los Angeles to play the Rams, so they're always up and ready for that game. The Rams look like crap right now.
Arizona. Man.
Arizona. Then they get the Patriots and Cardinals at home, but the Cardinals game may not be easy.
Oh, hell no.
They look pretty damn good here. Yeah. So the Niners have a chance. They could get back on track here. They can easily win these 3 games. They can also lose 2 more games and find themselves under 2-3 to start the season here. So they just got to, hopefully just ride this out here. But your biggest thing is just making sure Christian McCaffrey takes his time to get onto the field there. But we don't know how long this Achilles injury is going to be.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kyler Murray took that halter top off, and he has been a beast ever since. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure has been. He's healthy, too. It's good to have him back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was out there flinging the ball. I know this is a little bit off topic, but these past 2 weeks, man, like this game, I watched a little bit of this game, and I got to tell you, dude was a beast. He running in circles 50 times only to stop on a dime and throw the ball 30 yards for a touchdown at the back of the end zone. Absolutely crazy, man. He's out there looking like a young Russell Wilson, not the old one, a young one.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Yeah. Well, let's jump into. Do you want to jump into the picks? Our picks from this
Let's talk about our picks, man. Yeah.
All right. Well, so far I am 2-1. I've got one more game coming up on Monday. I picked Philly to cover. I had the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns were a 3-point underdog. They came through and they beat the Jaguars. I kind of figured they would. The Jaguars are they're like a 500 ball club in my opinion. I don't know.
They're like an enigma. Like you want to say that they're going to be a good team,
but they're not.
They're really not a good team.
No. Their quarterback got paid, but other than that, nothing else. Nothing much happened.
Yep.
Let's see. I had Tampa Bay was a 7.5 point underdog in Detroit, and man, they got the win. So thank you, Bucks. The Buccaneers are 2-0 right now, by the way. They're looking like a team that'll definitely be in the wild card again. I know they were in the playoffs last year, and they're looking a lot like a playoff team this year. So kudos to them. They beat the Lions by 4 points. I don't know what's going on with the Lions, but I'm sure they'll get their act together.
They could be 3-0 because they get the Broncos. The Buccaneers do next game. Don't sleep on the Buccaneers now. No. Baker Mayfield's having himself a hell of a start to the season so far.
Yeah, he sure is, man. And then my miss was the Chargers and the Panthers. For some strange reason, I thought the Panthers might cover at 5+5, and well, they didn't. They got completely busted by the Chargers, and so no, I lost that one for sure.
All right, so that puts you at 2-1 so far, 5-2.
5-2, baby.
Going into the last game, so you can either be 5-3 or you could go 6-2. Man, you're having a pretty decent record so far.
I know, man.
Mine looks like crap. Yet again, I find a way to get a game that's gonna tie the spread here. I had the Patriots +3 at home against the Seahawks. Lord and behold, they decide to lose by 3 at home against the Seahawks here. Yeah. But look, here's the one thing I do like is that this Patriots team is competitive here. They have covered the spread twice. We'll call this a cover, but in the books, it's technically a tie. So a tie is a loss if you're going to be gambling in the world here. But I told you, man, they may not be a team to sleep on in the AFC East. Now that Tua may be done for the rest of the year, they could be a team that may stay in the hunt with everybody. I had the Commanders in a field goal kicking competition against the New York Giants, and I won the field goal contest. Commanders were -1.5 at home, and Lord and behold, guess how many they won by?
3, baby.
A field goal.
3, baby. That's right.
I'll take that one. And then I had the Colts. Shit the bed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Malik Willis just made look like a all-pro quarterback. But the most disgusting thing out of that game was the center threw up on the ball before he hiked it to Malik Willis.
I didn't see that. I got to. I'm not to go.
You could look it up, but and then the worst part is Malik Willis didn't throw it. He had to run with the ball in his hand.
Oh,
disgusting.
Gotta change the ball, the jersey, the glove, everything, man. Take it, get it off me.
Colts were -3. Proceeded to lose by 6. So that was an L. But then my favorite W for today was the Arizona Cardinals.
Ooh.
I told you Marvin Harrison was going to have a big game, and he started the first half absolutely on fire here. That was the game that everyone was waiting to see what Marvin Harrison Jr. would look like.
2 TDs, baby.
That's what you got in the college rank, and that happened in the first half of the NFL. So the Arizona Cardinals could be a team that this is one of those games where you get some this could be one of the games that trajects a team like the Arizona Cardinals, knowing what they have at full potential on the offensive side.
Yeah.
And Kyler Murray, a little more healthier here for them.
Looking good.
Looking good indeed. Like you said, without the sports bra, he's playing a lot better.
He's the man. But I think the cool thing is Marvin Harrison Jr. gets better, has his first couple touchdowns today. And the big thing is, this is a team that can run the ball too. They still have James Conner.
James Conner had a good game too.
So, they've got a nice team that they've got put together here. And, you can't doubt these guys. These are guys that can make big plays. And so
no, absolutely.
So yeah, you can't discount them. They will be right there, and I look forward to seeing the Cardinals. If they can keep it up, they're gonna be a playoff team.
What the hell am I thinking with Caleb Williams right now?
Oh, he underthrew his receiver. Interception by Derek Stingley Jr. Who if folks don't remember, his grandfather, I believe, was paralyzed by Jack Tatum long time ago.
I'm getting paralyzed watching this game right now. The way Caleb
okay. I just need a Nick Collins. I just need a Collins touchdown. Throw the ball up. Let him go get it.
I need a Tank Dell touchdown. Forget Nico Collins.
Oh, there's your Dell. Nothing. Thank you. Don't give him the ball. They give it to Dale on the end around. He gets tackled for -5 yards. Sorry,
not only
B.
gets tackled, but then he gets punched. The guy tried to punch the ball out with him on the ground.
His dude's down, man. Let it go.
That was a little bit of payback for the punch and the brawl that took place not too long ago.
Exactly. Did we cover all your games? We got all your games, right?
We did. So right now I'm ending. I don't have a game. I don't have the game tomorrow. So I am 3-3-2.
All right, I am 5-2. Got Philly tomorrow, which I'm hoping to win. So I'm hoping to be 6-2.
I like it.
There we go. So let's move on to a couple other NFL games. I want to talk about the Saints a little bit.
Let me ask you this:
Saints
as a Raider,
here we go.
You had to watch Derek Carr just throw the ball all over the field. How do you feel about that? I'm gonna ask you this.
How do I feel? Yeah. I feel dejected. I feel terrible. I feel like we made all of these stupid moves to have mediocre quarterback. Somebody in their right mind thought that Jimmy Garoppolo was better than Derek Carr. Think about that for a second. Where is Jimmy Garoppolo? He's not even in the league right now.
Oh no, he's in the league.
Where is he?
Backup. He's in Los Angeles with the
there you go. He's back. He's a career backup. So we took a career backup in place of Derek Carr. Derek Carr went on to the Saints, and now he's very poised. He's not throwing the ball 50 times a game because he's got Alvin Kamara, play action ball. He's getting the ball to guys. He's making it happen, man. I got to give kudos to him. I'm not mad at the guy. I'm actually happy for him because I feel like it was disrespectful what we did by bringing in Devontae Adams, his buddy, and then literally trading him in the same breath. So kudos to him. But the Saints overall are really showing the capability to walk you down. Their quarterback, just here's the stat line. Derek Carr threw the ball 16 times. He doesn't have to throw the ball. He doesn't have to do, he's not doing a lot here.
But look at his completion rating. 11 for 16.
11 for 16, two touchdowns. He did throw one pick, but Alvin Kamara, 20 carries, 115, 3 touchdowns. Dude, this team legitimately has a run threat. They can get the ball up over the top, and they're a team defensively that can get it done because, goodness gracious, no, Dak Prescott was throwing the ball to anybody except his receivers today. I had to do it on my fantasy team, and though some of them throws, I'm like, my man, there's 2 people there. Like the one he threw interception right over the middle with the safety's, the safety's sitting there. Safety just calmly comes over and intercepts the ball. It's like, dude, who are you throwing the ball to? What are you doing? And so it really, really makes you wonder what the heck is going on with the Cowboys offense, all that firepower. And although Dak Prescott is putting up yards and he's throwing the ball a lot, they're not scoring points. And so that's a bit concerning, man. They need to get down to what the heck is going on and figure out why the quarterback that they paid just before kickoff all of a sudden can't figure out what guy is wearing what uniform.
You know what the crazy part is? The Saints really don't have like a standout wide receiver room. Rashid Shaheed, which, by the way, I wonder how that baby name process went when he was getting that name.
Dude, it's an Arabic name. Dude, come on.
I'm not making fun of it. I'm just like,
what about? I just told you 202 Ototo. Didn't I just tell you about Homeboy?
Toto.
02 Toto. 02 Okay, it's some names.
Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, who's not technically a receiver, Taysom Hill, and Adam Pertins. That's not a big wide receiver room, to be honest with you. And Derek Carr's making it work right now.
Yeah.
Did you see the throw he had to Rashid Shaheed that he just put on a dime into the end zone?
I think in the back. Yeah, he can do that, man.
Dropped it in there.
He's an underrated deep ball thrower, man. To be honest with you, he's an underrated deep ball thrower. He can get it done if you can get open. So. It makes me sad because it's like I would love to have Derek Carr on our team right now, with with Devontae Adams, and now we got Brock Bowers, and we're just gonna have to hope.
Just imagine if you had Derek Carr throwing the ball to them.
Gardner Minshew. We're gonna have to hope that Gardner Minshew holds it up and gets it done. But your boy is gonna throw. Derek Carr is gonna have one of the higher passer ratings in the league because he's only gonna throw the ball 20 times and he's gonna have 2 touchdowns a game, at least.
And then we got Champy joining us, and he goes, my Cardinals put the NFC on notice today. They sure did. And you can even say they put them on notice in week 1 by almost beating Buffalo on the road during that game. So you can even give them that as well. If they can keep up with this, they could even be a force in the NFC West here. Seattle's what? Seattle's 2-0 right now?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So they're right there with it. The NFC West could still be one of the most competitive divisions out there. We dubbed the AFC North to be it. The NFC West has an easy chance of doing this. Even with the Rams being 0-2, Sean McVay could easily turn that team around. But yeah, man, the Arizona Cardinals, that's going to be a good combination between Marvin Harrison Jr. and the sports bra wearing himself, Kyler Murray here.
Hey, man, look, check it out. Yeah. Kyler Murray is looking like a man possessed out there on the field. He's making all the plays, and it helps that he has a ground game with Connor there too. So they're definitely a team to be reckoned with. They've shown these past couple of weeks. They go up against the Rams, and I mean they make the Rams look like a Pee-wee squad out there.
Oh God!
So it's nothing that those guys could. Man. Nothing those guys could do. Pinpoint passes. That first touchdown to Marvin Harrison Jr. was crazy. I mean, he put the ball right over the top with only 2 steps left in the back of the end zone. Money. So, yeah, Kyler Murray's on fire. And as long as he can continue to stay healthy, like you said, B, Arizona's right there, baby. Like I said, they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be in the playoffs.
I wouldn't be shocked if they weren't, man. And when you look at the line of scoring in that game, in today's game, it was consistent. 14, 10, 10. And then just for sugar on top, let's throw a touchdown in the fourth quarter there. So
why not?
Kyler Murray, 266, 3 touchdowns. James Conner, 122. Marvin Harrison only caught the ball 4 times with 130. He had a Justin Jefferson game. The only thing is he had 1 extra touchdown than Jay Jetta here. So as a Cardinal fan, you should be super excited the way this goes. But just keep in the back of your mind, you guys had a good season one time where you started 8-0 and then decided to just say, you know what, that was good enough. And let's just give 8 games away right after that. So hopefully this isn't the case for the Arizona Cardinals, but I would just keep that in the back of your mind just in case something like that takes place again.
Yeah, the bottom line is you got to beat the Seahawks. You got to take care of the Rams because, although the Niners sputtered today, it's probably not going to continue for very long.
No, it's not. That's not going to continue long. Let's see Arizona's upcoming schedule. Let's see. Oh, they get the Lions. They may win that game.
It's going to be a good game.
They may win that game.
I don't know if they win it. It's going to be good.
The Commanders, I mean, as long as it's not a field goal kicking competition, I think they should beat them.
Oh, October 6th against the Niners in San Francisco.
Yep, and so that should be a good measuring stick for them right there. So, who knows? We'll wait to see.
Absolutely.
But let's talk about your boy. Let's talk about your boy Russell Wilson. This was an interesting story that happened today. Boy. The Steelers go into Denver. They beat them. All right. But the weird part is Mike Tomlinson handed out the game balls. And I guess there's a rule in that clubhouse as if you play against your former team and you win, you get the game ball. Did you see Russell Wilson playing today at all?
No, he didn't play. He didn't do anything.
How the hell is he getting a game ball? And I guess Russell Wilson called it a petty game ball for that there.
That's what he said. Interesting.
He called it a petty game ball here. But what you see from Justin Fields? I don't know if you got a chance to catch the game, but
I really didn't get a chance to catch that game, so I didn't really get a chance to see what Justin Fields did. Look, the situation is this. You got a young quarterback that's right behind you that does similar things. For Russell Wilson, he's going to have to show up and at least be 20%. He's going to have to be 60 to 70% of what he was in order to at least earn the starting job. Otherwise, if the Steelers keep on winning, they may end up looking at Justin Fields and say, hey, this makes more sense to go with the younger kid going forward. Why are we gonna throw Russell Wilson out there to get flattened? So he can go home and hang out with Ciara or whatever. I don't know, and make some more babies or something, something like that, and take the check. But I think we're looking at a situation where Russell might still get an opportunity to, start, but he's just not the player he once was, and I think we're looking at, the end of that, the end. We're looking at the end of his career at this point.
Yeah, I think if they win one more game with Justin Fields, there may be no conversation of Russell Wilson starting. And don't forget, they paid him a lot of money to basically sit on the bench.
Yeah.
So they're going to have some explaining to do there.
Absolutely.
Did you catch the Bengals and Chiefs game?
Yes, I did. Another interception for Caleb Williams. I'm sorry, B. I'm sorry. So
hold on. Before we move forward with this, can you see that the man just threw into triple coverage? There were three guys all over him, and he thought it was smart to throw into that coverage. So his ass is getting dropped. I'm starting to see Darnold.
That's right. Man, decisions are being made, folks, as we speak live. That man getting benched because he had too much faith in his arm, man. He thought he could get over there, but there were 3 Texan defenders right in the area. I don't know what he was thinking.
Dude, the worst part was it was underthrown too.
Yeah,
he didn't even go past. It didn't even get to the tight end. It just was like right into the Texans defense.
Sheesh.
And the only reason why the Bears are even in this game is because of their defense.
Yes.
But the Bears defense is going to end up getting tired. They're overworking just like they had to do against the Tennessee Titans.
Right.
For this matter here. And now CJ Stroud's got great field position. So I appreciate that, Caleb Williams. I know you don't care about my fantasy team, but I do, okay? You're really hurting it right now. But back to it here. The Bengals and Chiefs got into it was a really good game. Back and forth. Joe Burrow showed up, showed out. He was, I think.
You know what? I'm gonna have to argue with you on that. The quarterback play in this game was like okay, considering the 2 guys that are behind center. We're talking about Patrick Mahomes and the at one time heir to the throne, Joe Burrow. And to be honest with you, neither one of them impressed me. Mahomes is throwing the ball to the wrong team. The guy threw 2 interceptions on the day. A couple of them were just kind of like head scratchers, if I'm being perfectly honest, trying to figure out exactly who he was throwing the ball to. Burrow spent a lot of time on his butt, but it didn't work for me.
But he still threw for 258 with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, 258.
And he was running for half of his life.
Yeah, he was. I'll give him that. He was not being protected very well. And again, Pat Mahomes just didn't look good at all to me. I mean, they had a few plays here and there, but there was nothing about the game where I was like, wow, Pat played like trash. 18 for 25, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He didn't look good at all. He didn't look good at all to me. And this was not a good game for the Chiefs. I thought they deserved to lose this game, but their defense kept them in it. And that's kind of what helped them win. So
then you had a bad penalty at the end of the game.
Yeah, there was that. That's true.
That's a pass interference call all day. That you have to call that. That was too obvious to say the least here. But look, the Chiefs have shown that they are very beatable, and they've gotten away with it twice. It's only going to be a matter of time before a team finally gets to them. So we'll see about that. But I think the bigger question was Jamar Chase. He lost his marbles.
Yeah, dude, what the hell?
On the sideline.
And got that penalty, man. That was...
Yeah. Man, I think he's crazy. Done with it. He needs to get out of Cincinnati, unfortunately. Him and Burrow are boys. They went to LSU together, won a national championship together, but it's a little different in the NFL. It's about you now, not about the school that you play for here. So he needs to maybe get out of there because he just doesn't look happy the first 2 games, man.
Well,
he got beat by the Patriots. And then he's non-existent in this game.
Yeah, well, Duffy had his ass shut down. That's one thing. McDuffie had him shut down. He couldn't get the ball. But, it's one of those things where you're going to be A1 receiver. Everybody talks about it like they want to do it and be it. But at the end of the day, it's hard to do, man. You know what I mean? We just done talking about Brendan Ayuk, who held out for more money, but now he's in the game and he looks like the third best receiver on the 49ers team. You know, Jamar Chase is out there. He's supposed to be A1, and he's not even he's barely seeing the ball. The guy got 4 receptions for 35 yards, but nothing to write home about, man. You know, your tight end had more receptions and yards. So no, it's
even the guy at the bottom, Trent Irwin, shout out, went to Stanford. 6 targets. He only caught the ball once, but or Chase. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you just, again, he's a true number one. Jamar Chase is your true number one. You need to find him the way to get him the ball. Just like Devontae Adams. You got Devontae Adams the ball today. Look how it opened up the rest of the game.
Exactly.
You got to just get him included here. 5 targets for a number one wide receiver is just, it's atrocious. Yeah. Atrocious.
And the question is that at the, do you lay that at the feet of the offensive coordinator, or is it 100%? Yeah.
It's the offensive coordinator. He's the one calling the shots here.
Yeah. I can see that, man. I mean, I need him to do something. He's on my fantasy team. He's giving me absolutely nothing. So, yeah, I mean, they got to find a way to get the guy activated, because if they don't, then, you know, it's that offense that they once had. Obviously, Higgins was out, but that offense that they once had, it's gone, and they're not a good enough defensive team to win on that. So,
I wonder what Jamar Chase said to the ref, because they said he was flagged for language that crossed the line. I wonder what he said.
Probably something not nice, something along the lines of "you MFer" or, you know, something bad. Something really bad.
Yo, I'm watching these Texans Browns highlights, and all I'm seeing right now is Caleb Martin just kissing the turf right now. Jeez Louise,
and so has every other rookie quarterback that's been in Chicago. That's like that. That's how they all have been. Justin Fields, Mitchell Trubisky, you name them, they're in the dirt. That's how it's gonna be, man. Oof. Yeah.
Oh man.
Nah, sorry,
they're still in this game.
Yeah, they are.
Still.
Yeah, for their defense, man. They spend a lot of money on that side of the ball. You know, they. But other than that, it's kind of.
Is it big news? Is it big news to talk about that Aaron Rodgers got his first win as a Jet, even though he only played 4 snaps last year? So technically, he's only played 2 games.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think there's anything to talk about. Aaron Rodgers is. I feel like there's nothing to talk about. We gotta. Let's see if the guy can make it through the season. How about that? And let's see if he could do that. If he could do that, then maybe I can clap for him. But, you know, he's been in the league so long now that we already know what to expect. We know he's not the same guy he once was. And so, whatever.
What else? What else we got?
Man, well, this is the last. We're gonna get to the last story of the day here. Now, this is not necessarily football. Well, it kind of is football. You know, it's a football player.
It was a contact. There was some contact being made with this player.
Caleb Williams sacked almost in his own end zone, folks. I think this is the 5th time I think he's been sacked in this game. Oh man, it's time to get an offensive lineman. Like, what is happening? This is all right. I'm getting off topic. So, hopefully, folks have already heard this story. The famous podcaster, Hall of Fame tight end, former Denver Bronco and Baltimore Raven, Shannon Sharpe, apparently was on his way back to his residence, looking to have a adult
good time
activity with a person of the opposite sex.
With his lady.
What happens next can only be described as he describes as an accident. He accidentally turned his IG live on and set the phone down, and a bunch of, I think there was like, when I looked at the thing, it was like maybe 3,000 people. There was a lot of people on the thing. Apparently about 3K worth of folks jumped in and heard some rather questionable sounds coming on, happening. Don't use that word. Happening in the background. And it became very apparent that Mr. Sharpe was getting into some extracurricular adult activities. So here's my thing, and I want to hear your perspective on it. Is this real, man? Is this made up? Did he really accidentally?
Dude, okay. There's no accidents when it comes to these smartphones. Okay,
right.
My phone's locked right now, so you don't go on you don't just accidentally click on Instagram Live. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to physically click on that thing to even for it to go live, and you have to go to its own page for that to happen here. Yeah. So that's the first lie he's saying. Second of all, you meant to do that, okay? That was the biggest spotlight for him. And I don't know if you've seen the podcast with him and Chad Ochocinco, but Ochocinco let him have it because he was making fun of Shannon Sharpe, sounding like he was going to have a heart attack. He was breathing so heavy in the video, man. I guess the best thing about this is the comments that were rolling in on Instagram Live going, the hell is going on back there?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, man.
This was disgusting. I'm not saying it was disgusting. You couldn't see anything. You just heard it. And then Shannon Sharpe is going to act like, oh, I didn't mean to do it. And then he said he got hacked.
Right.
Now he's really lying.
I mean,
and then he goes, oh, no, I wasn't hacked.
We
know you weren't hacked.
How many times do celebrities use the hacked excuse whenever something goes wrong? Like, I swear I hear that's the first thing that comes out of their mouths. Look, the bottom line is Shannon was trying to make sure that everybody knew that them muscles weren't for anything. He wanted everybody to know that the questions about his extracurricular activities were going to come to an end, because there were some question marks about him when he jumped out in front of the Bevmo with the purse or whatever the hell that thing is. Folks were saying some not so nice things about him. And I think he wanted to put that to bed. That's what I think happened. And he did. Good for him, man. I'm not mad at Ankh. Look, just don't film it. We don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Because
we definitely don't want to hear it. Thank God we didn't have to see it.
Yeah, you have to understand, like, there are people who are underage and stuff like that who could have logged on and listened to a lot of that crap. And that just wasn't very becoming. It's also very disrespectful to the young or middle-aged or old, I don't know, lady that he was with. You know what I mean? Like, it's also disrespectful to that person as well, who he called out by name, if I remember correctly.
Michelle. He goes, that's my Michelle. I was like, what the hell? It's Shannon Sharpe.
Who does that? Who does that? Who calls out the person by their first name? Nobody does that. And that's what makes me feel like this is really weird. But no. Oh, Nico Collins. Oh no, he didn't get a touchdown. They showed a replay. Don't do me like that. That's what made me think something's not right. Why would you call out a person's name? It's almost like he was like, no, I'm gonna make sure folks know that I did this. I'm gonna make sure folks know that it was a female. I'm gonna leave no question, and that's what it felt like to me.
So ESPN's not gonna punish him for this.
Wait, they're not?
No, they're not. They said he's not going to have any disciplinary action from ESPN.
There is a certain basketball player that went on IG Live as well, if you remember, and was fired shortly thereafter. None other than I pooped myself, give me a wheelchair, Paul Pierce. He went on live on IG during a friend's party, which included some scantily clad dressed women in the background, and him having a puff of a mysterious substance in a cigar.
Yeah.
So
get out of here with that.
So I find it curious that they didn't do anything to Shannon after they fired Paul Pierce. That's kind of crazy.
Here's the funny part. TMZ, this is probably true. He was on his show. Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco, and on Wednesday evening he fessed up to actually being him. Well, you have nothing to fess up, dude. It was you.
We knew it was you.
We all knew it was you.
You shared it with the world, my friend.
That had to be one of the
did
fumble. Chicago just get the ball back?
Yes, they did, but it doesn't matter because it says Caleb Williams gonna get sacked.
Yeah, Caleb Williams about to get murdered again. They should have just let them score.
It doesn't matter.
You ever see the movie? What's that movie? Not Beverly Hills Cop.
Boomerang.
Naked Cop.
Naked Gun.
They had OJ. Naked Gun.
There you
it
go.
is. Thank you. So I was
Naked
sorry.
Cop.
Damn. Shannon
What
Sharp
movie was that?
That was the Shannon Sharp movie that came out. We all got a 30-second preview of it.
Yeah.
Naked Gun, when O.J. Simpson was like wrapped up in bubble wrap and they can't, so he doesn't get hurt or anything like that.
Yeah.
After he sustains all these injuries, they might as well just roll Caleb Williams out like that, man.
Yeah.
This dude is just annihilated. Almost don't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah, man. Their offensive line is so bad at this point that, no matter what they do, they cannot figure out how to get this guy going, and their running game has not really been.
He's got like a half a second to throw the ball, and then he's staring at defenders running all after him.
He's going to get hurt, man. They better watch it. He's going to get hurt.
100%. 100%. He better start making plays where he rolls out of the pocket.
Yes.
And
something
from there. Let him use his feet. Because, man, that boy's getting hurt.
I'm telling you, man.
So we got 4 minutes, man. NBA preseason is right around the corner.
Oh, God.
It is coming up pretty soon. Are you ready for it?
What do you want me to say, man? What do you want me to say? My team didn't make any moves in the offseason except for a coach. Okay?
First of all, that's not a coach. That's not a coach.
Whatever. We brought in JJ Redick. That's the only change we made, so hopefully that's going to change something. And then on top of that, we had all of our roster spots are filled, so we couldn't make any trades or sign anybody. We picked up this Coloco kid because Christian Wood apparently is going to be out the first few weeks of the season. Anthony Davis is complaining he wants to play with a big next to him. The owner is all of a sudden complaining about the offseason that we didn't do what we wanted to do. It's a cluster for me. I'm excited about the NBA season because I love basketball. But as far as the Lakers, oh my God. I don't know what to expect, man. I don't know what to expect.
We got a Ravens fan in the house. Parker Curry. My favorite NFL team is the Ravens.
Oh, there it is. Join us.
Good to have you here. But man, it was terrible to watch today.
Yes, and I am a Las Vegas. I'm not Las Vegas. How do I say this? I'm a Raiders fan. I'm a Oakland Raiders fan, but I'm a Raiders fan. Yeah, man. Well, hey, join us, Curry. I'm gonna call you Curry because it's a good last name. Hey. Curry. Yep. Join us, man. Hit the subscribe button. Follow us. We follow the Ravens. Well, at least my boy B here. He's a big Ravens fan, and we have our ups and downs. But we have fun with it.
No, we had our downs today. There was nothing up about today's game. Everything was down about it.
Can I get a safety here? Can we get a safety?
Oh, damn.
Intercept. Oh no, almost. He tried to throw an interception there. He tried.
He's not trying. He probably is. It's just, how are they not drawing up plays for him to get out of the pocket right now in his own damn end zone?
I don't know, man. I don't know. They're the Chicago Bears. Well, why are we?
Dude, this is the worst. But here's the worst part. Like, they don't have that bad of an offense. It's just the offensive line
is trash.
It's just lethargic, man. They look terrible.
I mean, what is Caleb Williams walks up to the line of scrimmage to tell them, please save me. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Bro, they've had 6 plays in third down over 7 yards.
He's going to have to run. He's running.
You run for your life.
He did it. Good job, man. That's the only way it's going to happen anyway.
Hey, man, it worked. But, man, he looks scared for his life right now.
He does.
What do you think of the Houston Texans going all white tonight? I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know what that whole big-ass stripe is on the shoulder pads either.
I mean, it's the Texans. They're a newer franchise, so they can kind of do whatever they want. You know what I mean? When you're a newer franchise,
I mean, they're not new though.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're new enough, right? I mean, they weren't anybody, right? They were the Oilers, right? The Houston Oilers.
They used to be the Houston Oilers.
Yeah, and then that team went to Nashville. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. No, never mind.
We were so excited for something.
I thought Caleb Williams threw a bomb, man, but there was nobody out there.
He threw a bomb, but at least he overthrew it instead of underthrowing it this time.
We'll give him credit. He deserves. Oh man! All right.
Well, hopefully, tomorrow we just have your last pick'em dummies. We'll see how that goes.
A win, baby. It's a win for me. Another win.
Don't forget Friday night, late night pick'em dummies taking place again this Friday night. Let's see where we do.
Absolutely. Join us, folks. Friday night, we will drop a video picking our NFL picks, 8 games against the spread, the NFL. And then we'll be on to week 3, and then we can start talking about a little bit of basketball, maybe.
Will the Ravens football beat the Cowboys next week? Yes. I don't see this going on for too long. So that's not a bad first victory, even though they should have had 2 already.
Cowboys, you don't know what to expect from them week to week, man. There's no telling what the Cowboys.
You don't know what to expect from the Ravens from week to week either.
There you go.
Apparently.
There you go. We got 2 teams who may or may not win.
Hopefully they can get off this night, though. Hopefully they can get into the win column here and just get this offense back and going. I just want to see Lamar Jackson get moving here. I'm about to see it right now. Oh, jeez Louise.
Dude,
he dead.
Why did they throw a flag on that? That was a legal hit.
Dude, he led with his head.
He did? Oh, okay. Maybe I missed that.
Yes.
I thought he led with his shoulder. My bad.
He threw himself out there like a missile and almost ended Komet.
That's a shoulder shot. That's a shoulder shot.
Where's the replay?
That's a shoulder shot. Stop being soft, NFL. That is a legal tackle. He hit him with his right shoulder.
Never mind. My bad.
Come on.
The camera angle make it look like he led with his head, though.
Oh, man. That's whack. That's
a good hit. That's a good hit.
You don't tell me this game is going to somehow end up being competitive all of a sudden. Here we go. Oh, my goodness.
It is, as a matter of fact.
We're 1 TD away, man. You know. Oh, no. Oh, no. He almost died. Caleb Williams.
Dude, I wonder how many bags of ice. This guy just
this is terrible, man. All right, well, on that note, folks, thank you for hanging out with us. We're watching Caleb Williams die on the field because he is just getting pummeled every other down. Until next time, Friday evening, pick up dummies. Sunday, 6:30 Pacific time. Join us. We will continue to cover the NFL and other happenings around the world of sports. We appreciate y'all joining us. Y'all have a wonderful and safe Sunday evening. Peace.